Today we're gonna be reacting to some more Zack Films videos. Let's get straight to it.
If you sprain your ankle, take a handful of leaves and rub the area with them. You'll notice the pain won't feel as bad. You see, the moment you sprain it, pain signals race up your spine. But once they get there, these nerve cells act like a gate. And when the gate stays open, the signals travel up to your brain, forcing you to feel it. But when you rub your ankle like this, it sends a second touch signal through a different set of nerves. And this actually closes the gate to most of the pain signals, meaning you feel the leaves more than the sprain.
Guys, what do you think about this? Is this real or not? This cap. To some degree, this might be real, because whenever I used to have like a really bad injury in my childhood, I would just do something else, like slap myself on the knee to kind of spread the damage throughout my whole body. But I'm not sure if this is true. If you just rub it with leaves, guys, should we test this out? Is it only with leaves, or can you rub anything else on your leg? It might be anything. We'll never know.
Cook the noodles slightly, then press them into round molds and let them cool so they hold their shape. Drop the discs onto a hot griddle, frying them until the outside turns golden and crisp, while the inside stays chewy. Then sear a beef patty and brush it with a salty glaze before layering on scallions and greens, and sandwich it between the fried ramen
What type of
buns,
burger is this?
giving you a crispy ramen noodle burger.
Oh, wow. Thanks for answering my question. Why would you make this burger? Is anybody on the planet eating this? Is this someone's lunch? Guys, let me know down in the comments. Would you eat this? It might be good, but yeah. What if the noodles are hard as a rock? You won't even be able to chew on them. What if they're not hard as a rock? How would they stay like that? I have so many questions. Anyways, that looks busting, but I kind of got mixed feelings about it.
You're a detective, and you find a woman dead on her couch.
Oh,
now,
no.
the house is in perfect shape,
Whoa.
meaning there was no fight or struggle. You notice she was stabbed and that the butcher knife is missing from its place. But it's nowhere to be found, meaning the killer probably took it. You take a look outside and see her footprints leading from the car to the door. But you don't see the killer's footprints. No one could have come or gone without leaving tracks. Then it hits you. You check the weather. It only started snowing 2 days ago. Before that, it was warm and dry when the killer likely snuck in. He must have been living in the house for days before she came back from the trip when he jumped out and surprised her.
Yo.
Case closed, right? But then it dawns on you. There are no footprints around the house, meaning the killer never left. And this is why you couldn't find the knife.
Nah, that was a good one. Nah, that was an insane story. More videos like this, murder mystery type of videos. Damn, that was nice. Guys, Zack Films is so awesome. If you haven't already, check out his channel. He's doing amazing.
Pinch the toothpick between your thumb and middle finger. Then pull your middle finger inwards to build up tension, while the friction in your skin keeps the toothpick in place. And when you snap your middle finger forward, it releases the energy all at once, blasting the toothpick forward, fast enough to pierce through cardboard and turning a toothpick into a ninja-style weapon.
That's pretty cool. I saw videos of this and I always thought, like, how are they doing that? But apparently it's as easy as it sounds. You're just doing this, you're just flicking the freaking... Look at the flick of the toothpick. Bro, now I really want to try all of these. We should do a part 2. But how does it fly just straight like that into the cardboard? I've seen videos of this happening, so I know it's true. But I just don't get it. Yeah, guys, let us know down in the comments if you want us to do a part 2. Should we recreate more Zack Films videos?
A clamp would hold the pot in place, while hidden hinges inside the stove would turn, swinging the stovetop the other way, canceling out the movement of the boat. This kept the food inside the pot, and when the boat settled, the stove would swing back, letting you cook while being seasick.
Let him cook.
Let him cook. Where you can do a thing where it completely flips.
This cannot be true with all of the ovens in this world, because that must be like so expensive to keep everything on the stove to not spill over. That's just amazing.
You would take turns removing matches, and whoever takes the last match loses. To win, let
Womp
your
womp.
opponent go first, and group each row into 4s, 2s, and 1s in your head, pairing up each group with its match in another row. And after every move your opponent makes, take whatever matches have no pair to restore the balance. Keep doing this until your opponent is forced to take the last match and loses, which is why going second makes you impossible to beat.
I like this new party trick. You can actually bet on this with your friends and you will never lose your money. But then they might catch up on it and you might look like a scammer. So guys, don't do that, but it's just an awesome party trick.
His foot slipped and he was 36 stories above the ground. He slammed onto a tiny platform hanging from the crane cables, while his shoes dropped into the dark below. You see, he had climbed the crane for the midnight view, but now he was stranded in the middle of the night. Now, the cables were too thin to grip, and the ground was so far down, the cars looked like ants. So he stayed there for around 7 hours, screaming for help while the streets were empty, until he was finally rescued the next morning.
Wow. Is this real, chat? I want to know. This guy's situation just got worse and worse. Like, he was about to die and then he got saved, but then he had to like stay there. No, first he had to stay there for 7 hours and then he got saved. That's what I said. No, you said he got saved and then he's... Anyways.
Crack the egg, squeeze the bottle, and press the opening lightly
That's how you
against
get the yolk.
Next, release your grip. And since the yolk seals the opening, the pressure inside drops, and the air outside forces the yolk up into the bottle, while the egg white stays behind. Now, once the egg white is cooked, you can add the yolk back in for a perfectly runny egg.
Nice! Too many sweats. Yeah, I knew this already. This is amazing. Great technique to get yolk without breaking it.
He fed the owl a vitamin mix and started giving it to more and more. But one by one, they started falling over until 42 of them dropped dead. Now, the man was confused until he read the label on the vitamins. You see, earlier he had taken a photo of an empty package and sent it to another company to copy the formula, since it would be cheaper than buying it retail. But he didn't realize the label had a typo, listing grams instead of milligrams. So when the company followed the recipe, the new vitamin powder was 1,000 times stronger than the original, which ended up killing the owls.
My G! Not the owls. You just killed the owls because of a typo. Guys, that's insane. You already saw the difference. 360 grams. It's so much instead of milligrams.
As the replica was built, they saved costs
Titanic.
by deleting tiny sections of its length, making the ship shorter. To film it, they dug a pool with a 40-foot well in the middle. And when the ship had to sink, they pulled one section down with cables, while hidden floats stopped it from crashing. Another section was attached to a giant motor, which rotated the whole thing to 90 degrees, forcing extras to fall into the water. And interior scenes were carefully flooded with pumps to shoot one of the most expensive movies ever made.
That's a great movie too. Never watched it. But I didn't know they invested that much money, and that's how they did it. And I didn't know the scenes were actually practical. Yeah. I wasn't sure if they're CGI or practical. Apparently they're practical.
He waves down a driver, pointing at their wheel, shouting that it's about to fall off. And once they pull over, he gets in and drives it a few feet while jerking the wheel, making it look like it's wobbling. He tells them to get back in the car and turn the wheel so he can fix it. Then, suddenly, the wobble is gone. He demands payment, and you pay as he moves on to the next car.
Wait, what? Huh? Is that actually a scam? People fall for this? Excuse me, what? First of all, I wouldn't let a stranger just drive my car to show me that the wheel is wobbling. I'll be like, bro, just film when I do it. So he was steering the wheel, making the wheel look like it's wobbly. Yeah, but how would you fall for that? Like the whole car would just go left, right, left, right, left, right. And you just watch his hands go like this. Wow, interesting. Is someone actually making a fortune out of this? Probably, yeah. Bro, if you let a stranger drive your car because they told you they saw a problem with it, you deserve to get scammed. That's what I said.
The foxes moved straight toward the penguins before killing dozens of them. And they did this every year until there were only 4 penguins left. Now, a local farmer had sheepdogs that guarded his chickens, so he decided to send one over to the penguins to help. And that year, the foxes were too afraid to attack, meaning not a single penguin was killed. Since then, other dogs have been trained, and every year they protect the colony, which has grown back to nearly 200 penguins.
W farmer. Also, how do you tell a dog to protect some penguins? Just like that. Hey, protect them. And the dog will understand you. There are so many dogs that understand our language. Bro, I swear, if you have a dog at home, you know it understands you. Don't look at me like I'm the crazy person.
Lay your shirt flat and imagine a line across the middle. Then imagine another line down from the shoulder to the bottom edge. Now pinch where the 2 lines cross with one hand and grip the shoulder with the other. Without letting go, cross the same hand over and grab the bottom edge on the same line. Now uncross your arms and the shirt folds over itself in the air. Lay the loose sleeve down first and set the shirt over the sleeve so it forms a neat rectangle in 2 seconds.
It is perfect. Magic! Bro, we definitely gotta try this. Guys, we're definitely making a part 2. I'm not even kidding. Oh my gosh, Zack Films, I love you with all my heart. We got another banger coming. How do you even think of this? Let's do this next week.
They would inject cement through a small cut above your skull and shape it from the outside to make it rounder. Then your scalp would be sewn back together, and when it healed, the top of your head would be taller than before, which could make your face look smaller, so you look younger and a lot more attractive. But a lot of these clinics are done in beauty salons with untrained operators, meaning you could lose hair or even end up with a severe infection.
Bro, I'm not letting anyone put concrete in my scalp. Yeah, you want to look younger? Why would you do that? I obviously heard of nose jobs and whatever surgeries, but this is insane. What the heck is this?
Pulled the fruit from the traveler's bag and set it on fire until it was burned. You see, a fly had laid eggs in the fruit, which hatched into maggots and ate it from the inside. And since it was brought into another country, if it had gotten through, those maggots could have crawled out and settled into the soil before emerging as flies. Then they could spread to nearby farms, laying more eggs that rot the crops, ruining food supplies across the country, which is why they're burned right here.
Okay. Who thought of all that? Well, it probably happened, so they want to avoid happening again.
Press both of your pinkies together before crossing both of your ring fingers down over them and placing your middle fingers on top to shape the snake's head. Then curve your index fingers forward so they form the front of the face, and position your thumbs underneath so it looks like the lower jaw. Now squeeze everything together to create one wide triangular shape. Then give it a quick forward snap so the jaws open and strike. Press both of your pinkies together before crossing both of your ring fingers down over them.
Mine kind of looks like a snaky. Yours looks like a dumb heart. It looks like a heart.
Squirt the white glue on the leaf, then add black paper for eyes and a mouth. Leave it to dry until the glue turns clear. Next, peel it off in one piece, and when you press it onto a window, it'll cling to the glass on its own.
Why would you do that? Just to create a ghost, I guess. Such a waste of time. The most annoying part about this is you already waited like 8 hours and then you get to peel the glue and it rips in half. That's just, you're done with this project.
They tacked the stuffing onto the column, connecting each clump to a hidden wire. After that, they built a 1/12 scale house and attached the walls to a sandbag. Then they built a tiny palm tree, tying the top to a wire. They repeated this until they had a mini LA street.
Wow.
Then the clumps on the column were lifted up with wires. And when they blasted the houses with air cannons, the sandbags yanked the walls back as the wires bent the trees, creating the illusion of a nuke destroying Los Angeles.
What the heck?
Well, yeah, a lot of movies, they use miniatures for crazy scenes.
That was definitely way back then.
Sure, yeah, now there's CGI.
That's how they simulated a nuclear blast. They had to go through so much back then with movies. Now you can just AI everything.
When you cut off the root of an onion, it releases chemicals that hit your eyes and turn into acid, which makes you cry as you chop. Instead, leave the root and cut off the top. Slice the onion in half vertically, then flip each half so the flat side is down before peeling off the skin. Next, make vertical cuts toward the root on each half without cutting through it, and make horizontal cuts the same way. Finally, slice across to release the diced pieces, leaving the root behind while your eyes stay dry.
No way, that's the only thing from an onion that makes you tear up. If you don't cut that, you're not gonna tear up. I don't believe this at all. I think whether you do, whenever you're opening an onion, you're gonna start crying.
Well, that's why the onion was facing down.
Oh my gosh, we gotta try this. We really have to try this.
The moment you ordered a pizza, a 30-minute timer started. Workers rushed to cook it, so the driver had enough time to deliver it. And if it took more than 30 minutes, the customer got it for free. Now, some drivers drove like madmen just to beat the clock, and over time, crashes started happening. Some pedestrians were killed, and their families sued. Juries agreed the promotion was dangerous, and after millions in settlements and over a dozen deaths, Domino's finally ended the promotion.
No! I actually heard about this. I couldn't believe it back when I was a kid, because we didn't have this, obviously. We grew up in Europe.
Yeah, maybe change the promotion to 35 minutes. I'm obviously kidding, all right? People lost their lives. It's not cool. Just wait for your pizza in peace.
If you look straight at the sun during an eclipse, the light gets focused onto the back of your eye. But since it's so bright, it sets off a chemical reaction in the cells that pick up light. And if you stare for too long, this can actually kill them. And if a doctor looks at your eye, since the cells that the eclipse hit are damaged, they can see the shape of the light that burned them, showing which phase of the eclipse you were looking at.
Wow. Guys, please don't look at the sun.
Yeah.
It's just as easy as it sounds. Don't look at the sun.
No need to fact check this one.
Also, don't put lasers in your eyes. Don't put nothing in your eyes. Eyes are one of the most precious organs in your body. Is this even an organ?
I would call them organs.
Lift your right heel and shift your weight onto your toes while you turn your body, sliding your left foot out to the side. And as it comes around in a half circle, switch your weight onto your left foot while turning your body again and sliding your right foot in another half circle. If you repeat this while moving side to side, you'll look like you're gliding in perfect circles around the floor.
Oh my gosh, there's actually a tutorial for this. I always wondered how dancers are doing that dance move.
We gotta learn this. This is me doing it.
All of my life.
No tutorial. Am I gliding? I'm dizzy now.
Well, if you guys want to see us react to more Zack films, just click on the screen right now.